Here we go. Ah.
Listen deeper, listen deep.
Yeah.
Listen deeper, listen deep.
Oh yeah.
Listen deeper, listen deep.
Listen deeper.
Listen deeper,
Listen deeper.
listen deeper.
Bust a move, everybody, because it's time to listen deeper in the his house. Wait, can I floss? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anywho, it's time for listen deeper, everybody. I'm just joking. I've been working out, so I'm actually not that tired, but I do got to get my breathing right. But tonight, we're gonna be talking about the one, the only Michelle Williams. And we're also going to be talking about Destiny's Child. And it's funny because I was trying to figure out what we were going to do tonight. And in my workout playlist... in my workout playlist, Say Yes came out. And first of all, I have history with the song because I knew it before it was a pop R&B version. I knew the Nigerian chorus. Shout out to all the Nigerians in the house. But it came up and I was like, wait a minute. There are so many things about this song that are different than a typical Destiny's Child song, and I thought it would be really cool to actually identify, some of the differences that we're getting from Michelle Williams led Destiny's Child song, even though the song isn't really Destiny's Child, it is Michelle Williams, but it really does give us a sound that, at least a vocal sound, that is very different from what we would usually get from Destiny's Child because Michelle Williams is taking the lead. There's things that Beyonce is doing differently, there's things that Kelly is doing differently to suit the fact that Michelle Williams is leading the song. And there's things that we're hearing in Michelle Williams' voice that we wouldn't usually hear. And so I thought it would be really cool to actually kind of break down a little bit what's going on there. Shout out to all of the OGs. And EP, you haven't gotten your rhombus yet, your pink diamond yet, but you need to get one because EP Evans, everybody in the chat, has become a patron, and all of my patrons are the people with the pink diamonds that are next to them. It means that you are a very important person, and it means that you're part of my very wonderful community of patrons. It's really lit in there, and we have a fun time. And actually tonight, because it's the first listen deeper of the month, we actually are having an after party. And so with what happens with the after party is that the after party is a place where we get to kind of connect. We hang out in the Zoom room, we have fun, and we've been having fun for a while. And so I want to extend that invitation to you to come to the Listen Deeper after party. And the way that we're going to do that is through Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/O'NeillGerald, I'm just going to do that right here. Patreon.com/O'NeillGerald. You'll be able to have access as a patron, and I'm going to... Wait, it's not patron.com, it's patreon.com. Why does it keep doing that? patreon.com/O'NeillGerald. Oh my goodness. Typing, guys. Anyway, if you go there, you're going to be able to get the link to be able to get to the to the after party room, which is going to be absolutely awesome. But without further ado, why don't we get into Say Yes? Now I have a bone to pick with everybody. Well, it depends. And maybe people, you can raise your hand if you can concur with this, but Michelle Williams' album Journey to Freedom, guys, is absolutely lit. And yes, I'm totally putting on lip balm, as if you guys can't see me. You guys can totally see me. But we need to talk about this. Michelle Williams, as a gospel pop artist, absolutely. I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. there are some bangers that are on that album, and Say Yes is only one of many. And in fact, there's some really great videos that she shot for it. I'm a huge Michelle Williams fan. I would say that I really was awakened to the genius that is Michelle Williams when well, first of all, with Destiny Fulfilled, the 2004 album that is actually now, it's, how many years is it now? Is it 17 years old at this point? Anyway, but yes. Listen, see, Justin, you know where it's at. Listen. Michelle Williams on her pop R&B game, on her urban pop game, listen, she's not to be played with. And shout out to Harmony Samuels, who produced her album, because she was in top form. I really loved it. There's there's Journey to Freedom, which is her gospel pop album, and then there's Unexpected, which is her her dance pop album that a lot of you slept on. And so if you know about Unexpected, listen, you are my people. But today we're talking about Journey to Freedom, and specifically we're talking about Say Yes. And the reason why we want to talk about Say Yes is because of the Destiny's Child formula. Now, what do I mean when I say the Destiny's Child formula? When I say the Destiny's Child formula, I'm simply talking about the common way that we hear Destiny's Child. And the wonderful thing about getting solo music from Kelly Rowland and from Michelle Williams that feature other Destiny's Child members is that we are hearing Destiny's Child in different forms. Now, maybe I'll just use different colors to kind of represent the different forms that we got. Okay, and I want to make sure that you guys can see it because I've been having some camera problems, but it is what it is. What it is, yo. What's up? Anyway, so if we were to talk about the regular Destiny's Child formula, regular DC3, so we'll just call it DC3. What we're talking about is what happens in verse 1. Or you know what? Why don't I just do it this way? I know I'm being totally picky with colors and whatever, but it's okay. But we got verse 1, and this is just a typical song. We'll get verse 1. We'll get the chorus. And then we'll get verse 2. And then we'll get the chorus again. And then we have the bridge. And then we have the chorus out. Now, it really depends. If you were to talk about DC3, maybe we should make this a little bit interactive for those of you that are Destiny's Child fans. And I'm sure a lot of you are in the chat that know Destiny's Child. Now, who is singing verse 1 in regular Destiny's Child, in DC3? Who is going to be singing verse 1? Tell me. Put it in the chat. Come on, everybody. Put it in the chat. Come on, somebody. Who's in Destiny's Child? On a regular Destiny's Child song, who's going to be singing verse 1? Thank you, Justin. Beyonce is going to be singing verse 1. Okay? Beyonce. Now, yes, thank you, Jay Cradle. Okay, here we go. We see answers coming through. Now, when we get to the chorus, I'll kind of answer this one for you. When we get to the chorus, I'm not saying that that Beyonce's singing all of the chorus. We get harmonies, but what we're getting is some vocal layering that is led by Beyonce. So Beyonce is really the leader on most of Destiny's Child's choruses. So we got Beyonce in verse 1. Beyonce leading the vocal layering of the chorus. Now, come on, chat. Class. Who's gonna be singing verse 2 in Destiny's Child in DC3? Somebody tell me. Come on, put it in the chat. 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 Who's gonna be singing verse 2? And I think I'm starting to see it. Yes, Kelly, Calendria Rowland. Kelly's gonna be singing. Rowland is such a cool last name. Anyway, Kelly is singing verse 2. right? And then you would probably have pre-chorus stuff that's happening, whatever. And then when we get back to the chorus, who's leading that chorus? Beyonce. Okay? And now, I can't wait to you guys. Middle names and everything. But the bridge of a Destiny's Child song. Who is the queen of the bridge? Put her name in the chat, everybody. Who is it? Somebody tell me. I need somebody to tell me. Who is singing that bridge? No one but the... Wait, hold on. Wait. No one better but the one, the only, Michelle Williams. Michelle. And for all of us that are DC3 fans, we know that Michelle slaps on the bridge. She slapped on the Cater to You bridge. She slapped on the Lose My Breath bridge. She slapped on the Through With Love bridge, especially live. Anyway, listen. Tanitra Michelle. Right. And then we're getting the chorus out. And in the chorus out, we're getting Beyonce going off on the ad-libbing. Right? Okay. So that's the usual DC3 formula. Now, with Say Yes, we're hearing Destiny's Child in a completely different way than we would usually hear them. Now, listen, Through With Love. I should probably play a clip for you guys. But we should probably talk about that. But I finally. Listen, come on, Michelle. But anyway, so with Say Yes, we're totally disobeying or we're totally getting a new form of Destiny's Child. So for Say Yes, who's on verse 1? Michelle. I feel like the only other time that I've heard Michelle on a first verse, mind you, this is Michelle's song, so she should be she should be first. But this is day I can't. That was so Say Yeah. So Michelle's on verse 1, and this isn't to say that Michelle should never be on verse 1. This is actually to say that our actual ears are hearing something different than what we would usually hear with DC3. So we're just establishing exactly if. Thank you. If I don't pick up the phone like I used to. Wait, that was actually not a bad impression. That wasn't a totally bad impression. I'm not gonna try it again, so it wasn't a fluke. But anyway, so we get Michelle singing verse 1. Yeah. Verse 1 was Michelle. Now, with Michelle taking the lead on this, the vocal layering of the chorus is also Michelle-led. She's leading it. Right? Now, who's taking verse 2 of Say Yes? We're getting Beyonce. Right? And I find this actually extremely refreshing. Extremely, extremely refreshing. Then we're back to the chorus. And Michelle's on that chorus. And then the wonderful Calendria is bringing it home with that pre-chorus. 'Cause he's in control. Right? It's not a real bridge. It's just a repeat of... It's just a circulation of that pre-chorus. Right? And so Kelly Rowland brings it home. Oh, wait. Lies. Sorry. Okay, let me change this. Because on the second chorus, actually, Beyonce is taking the lead. Because that's how these are actually phrased. But with the responses, when Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. Michelle's vocal is still there. Listen, and Kelly absolutely snapped on that. Okay, and then on the last chorus, we got Kelly, that's taking that lead there. But Michelle is on those layers. Right. So even if you look at the color coding, from a usual Destiny's Child song, we're getting something completely different with Say Yes. Now, the thing about with the regular Destiny's Child format, what you're gonna get when you hear something from Destiny's Child is you're going to get all of Beyonce's inflections tones, vocal choices, everything that she's apt to doing. We're used to hearing that on a regular Destiny's Child song. Now we're mixing it up. We're getting the ladies in a totally different form. And so we're hearing Michelle's nuances and tone choices and ad-lib choices. We're hearing the way Michelle chooses to layer her vocals. We're hearing, and then we're also hearing Beyonce in a supportive role. We're hearing and then we're also hearing Kelly as the bridge, take it home person. Okay, right? And the reason why I'm doing that is just so that we can kind of prep ourselves. Now, let's talk a little bit about the nuances of the way that Michelle is getting in on this verse. Because it's actually really important to note the tessitura of the song, and of course YouTube is gonna play me an ad and try to sell me something, but the devil is a liar and I won't buy it. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, shout out to Missy Arts. Anyway. Wait a minute. Anyway, yeah, that thing always gets me hyped. It always makes me feel like I'm doing squats or I'm doing something. But anyway, and I love Michelle's outfit in this. Anyway, we're not talking about the video. I'm a huge Michelle Williams fan. I'm a huge Michelle Williams fan. Like, I love her. But anyway, let's go to verse 1 and let's hear a little bit of how Michelle is attacking this verse. Wait.
Nobody can say no.
Okay.
I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me.
Okay. Now when we talk about this, about the first execution of this melody, now, the first execution of the melody, now. We're talking about the first execution of the melody, but we're also talking about it in the context of the key as well, because with different voices, right? Michelle, Beyonce, and Kelly, they all have different vocal habits, and they also have different builds, different voice builds. Now, Michelle is a very, very light soprano, very light soprano, right? And this is the key that we're in. Yeah, you guys can hear it. Okay, cool. But we're in this key now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me know if you guys can hear the keyboard. I think you guys can. But yeah. Now, in this key, this note, I'm not worried about a thing, right? In Michelle's voice, this actually kind of sits a little bit on the lower side. And when someone is singing in their, is getting into their lower mid register, it's important to note that when someone's out of their tessitura, or when they're starting to get into the lower parts of the tessitura, they have to start to, if they want to be heard and if they want to be felt, they have to start to make vocal choices that are going to compensate for the fact that they're out of tessitura. Now, I'm not saying that Michelle Williams could never hit these notes. She could probably hit on a good day, like on a really good day, she could probably get almost an octave. Maybe even, yeah, because she speaks, all of the girls speak pretty low. I wouldn't be surprised if she could get a full octave below that. But but if we're trying to get, like, you know, this is upbeat, we want to get something rhythmic and something that speaks, what she's actually doing is she's starting to change the vowels of some of the words that she sings. She actually does this in her higher register too when she sings live. But she doesn't say, I'm not worried about a thing. And actually, when we would hear her on the bridges, and when she was singing more with Destiny's Child, you would hear her have that husky, raspy tone. There would be lots of air on the tone. If I don't do all that, and she puts it more in the mask. Now she's actually fully engaging her chest voice. Or rather, she's giving us more of a chesty approach to the words, along with modified vowels. I'm not worried about a thing. 'Cause I know you are guiding me, right? So even there, I'm starting to get into the lower parts of my voice. If I were to just sing it normally with normal vowels, I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me, right? It sounds okay, but if we want to get that thunder, I'm gonna have to place it a little bit lower in my lower in my body. So and I'm gonna give it a little bit more chest. I'm not gonna mix this more. I'm not worried about a thing. So you're getting a harder vocal onset, and you're getting a little bit more I guess not thunder, not percussiveness, but the vocal onset is a little bit more attack. I'm not worried. So let's listen to her sing that again. Okay. Do.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
Let's listen again.
I'm not
So
worried
I'm not worried,
about a thing,
right?
'cause I know you are.
'Cause I know you are guiding me, right? So so Michelle is taking this leadership role, right? She's taking that horse and she's taking that melody and she's directing where I don't know what this is, but she's directing the horse into where it should go. She's cracking that whip. She's like, this melody is mine and we're taking it. And then as she gets into the pre-chorus, you can still hear that she's carrying a lot more chest up into that ascent. Right?
We'll go. I have no fear 'cause I know who's in control. There's no
Right?
limit.
That control was very, like, she pulled up her larynx just a little bit. Control, there's no limit to what you can do. Right? And so it gives a little bit more power there. Now, if we were to actually compare that to the way that she executes the chorus, Michelle actually starts to lighten up when she gets into when Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. She doesn't adjust the vowels and give as much push with her sound because the tessitura of that melody lives a little bit more in a place where her voice naturally blossoms. Her voice is naturally has more volume. Okay, so let's kind of hear that together. That transition into the chorus.
You're almighty and all powerful, and it all belongs to you. Yes, it all
Listen.
belongs to
She
you.
was that-
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
Right? When Jesus say, and then say is probably a little bit more I guess round in tone. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no, right? Because she's a little bit higher. She doesn't have to carry as much down there. Now, so and then we get the responses.
Jesus say yes, nobody can say no.
Right? So this is all Michelle's world, right? Now, I'm not going to necessarily play a Destiny's Child song, but let's go to the way that Beyonce would attack a chorus. Now, because Beyonce and then maybe we're kind of getting, and maybe this is kind of a segue into talking about verse 2, but the way that Beyonce attacks a chorus, because Beyonce's voice is lower, she has a little, or is lower than Michelle's, where her voice blossoms is lower as well. And so where Michelle Williams had to add a little bit more power, Beyonce she would be fine not adjusting vowels. She would be fine just giving the regular amount of power that she usually would, because her voice naturally sits a bit lower. And when you have voices that sit a bit lower, they don't have to work more for that power, right? Michelle Williams had a little bit more work to do in terms of adjusting her voice and her tone in order to get that power. Now even talking about that, Michelle Williams, I feel, of all the people in Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams was the chameleon. Okay, it doesn't matter whether she was singing on top, on the bottom, in the middle. She's not usually in the middle, but she would usually be on that bottom. She's bringing the thunder. Yes, Dawn, the thunder in terms of her tone to thicken it up, to so that she would be able to match Beyonce, who's usually carrying the melody, and also to match Kelly, who's on the top and would naturally have more volume because she's a little bit higher. So Michelle Williams in Destiny's Child, and this is the reason why we're gonna do justice for Michelle Williams tonight. Listen, Michelle Williams was the key and the glue that kept DC3 having the sound that amazing girl group sound that they have, because she was taking on this chameleon role and this floater role. She could bounce back here, there, and everywhere, and she was able to glue Beyonce and Kelly together. Honestly, like, I don't know if somebody else would have been able to do the role as amazingly as Michelle Williams does. And so we heard a little bit of the way Michelle Williams executes verse 1. Great. Now, we already mentioned the fact that Beyonce is on verse 2. And we already mentioned the fact that Beyonce, when she attacks, compared to Michelle Williams sits higher than Beyonce does. And so there's strengths and weaknesses that come with that. In this particular verse, it means that if Beyonce were to just sing it the regular way that she would actually probably have a little bit too much power compared to the vocal layering that Michelle has. And so Beyonce, for the I'm not saying that. I can't say that. But Beyonce took on more of a chameleon role rather than a lead role. And we'll say it this way. Beyonce, because she takes on a lead role most of the time, she doesn't really have to do the blending, right? And mind you, Beyonce is a great blender. She can blend, but it's really more Michelle and Kelly that took on the role of being the blender. And the blender. Anyway, corny. Anyway, but in verse 2, we're hearing Beyonce actually take on the role of somebody that's blending to somebody else's voice. So she doesn't just say, "I'm not worried about a thing." Like she's not bringing the thunder. She's actually lightening her tone to match more of where Michelle Williams was. So Michelle added power, Beyonce took away, and their vocal now sounds very, very much the same. Not the same, but similar in terms of weight.
I'm not worried about a thing.
Right?
'Cause I know you are guiding me.
Right? And you can even hear on that little trill that she did, guiding me. You can already hear her soft palate is high, man. Like, she's totally leaving space, like, and her voice is totally in the mask. She can't afford to be as chesty as Michelle Williams was, so her voice is totally masked. I'm not worried about a thing, right? So she supports the sound, puts it in the mask, and lifts the tone. Cause I know you are guiding me, right? For those of us that are racialized in the room, and specifically Black people, we know about code switching, and so this, I know I'm going somewhere with this. For those of you that aren't Black, code switching is basically when a Black person actually takes on a white role, so in order to assimilate for survival. So, for example, Black women, even though their hair is kinky, natural, curly, often they might wear a straight wig, or they might straighten their own hair or perm their hair in order to code switch, or in order to be seen, in order to be able to be received by a wider audience. Now, that's a more permanent version of code switching, but the code switching more that I'm getting at is when you answer the phone, when a Black mom would answer the phone. I actually saw a TikTok about this. A Black mom would be like, shut up, or something, say something more in whatever their native accent is. And then on the phone, you would hear, "Hello, how are you doing today? Oh, my son got sent home from school? Oh, that's really bad. I guess I should give him a call, shouldn't I?" Right? So and I used to kind of call it the Starbucks white girl voice, where it's more like, "Hi guys, how are you doing? Oh my gosh," right? That natural lift in the sound is actually coming from a lifted soft palate, right? And so the code switching voice is almost like Beyonce was code switching when she was singing that second verse. So it wasn't a, I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me, right? When she picks up the phone, I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me, right? And I know it's a really weird way to talk about it, but actually that's really what's happening. Listen, and just imagine Beyonce on the phone with Blue's teacher or something like that. Wait.
I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me.
Right.
Where you lead me, Lord, I will go.
And even on that Lord, she adds a little bit of the true tone with Lord, add some vibrato to it, and then she goes back, I will go, right? So Beyonce's playing a chameleon role here, right? So we have Beyonce here, and then when she goes into the pre-chorus, she's still a little bit more code switched. But when we get to the chorus, Beyonce now is giving a little bit more of her trademark sound.
Almighty and all powerful,
Still
and it
lifted.
all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When
Right?
Jesus
And so we're getting a little bit more of that rhythmic Beyonce. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no, right? So she's bouncing off of the consonants, and that power is giving us a little bit more oomph. But again, she's actually still pretty masked. And another way to say this is that she's lightening her tone. She's not necessarily giving the full thunder of her voice. Makes sense? I hope you guys are following with me, right? Now, when Jesus, listen, I love that line, but we'll talk about ad-libs a little bit later. Hope you guys are following me. Now, we get down to the wonderful Kelly. Listen, if I tell you, anyway, listen, Kelly Rowland snapped with this. I got my entire life listening to Kelly maneuver this pre-chorus, and she treated it totally like a true R&B bridge. I was like, whoa! And it's funny because the pre-chorus, it's a very unconventional pre-chorus because it takes us into a different tonal center, right? So here is where we are. Right, but where our wonderful producer Harmony Samuels takes us is where he takes us there. Right, so wait, I have a lot of pad on this. Let me just. Yeah, I was totally worshiping Jesus with this and using pads. God, we love you. Oh my gosh. But we don't need that for right now. But anyway, right? And then, but what he does, he starts to introduce, right? And that's how we get into this new world. So, and because the key signature is different for this section, it feels like a bridge. And so it makes sense for Kelly to just continue repeating it. And I actually want to get into a little bit of what she does with it. Long story short, in terms of what Kelly is doing there, Kelly is taking more of the climactic role. I think it was easy for Michelle to take on the climactic role, because first of all, Michelle Williams has the highest voice out of the three of them, or rather, she has the highest access to her belting range. And that's not to say that the others can't belt. It's that when Michelle is fully extended in her belt, she goes a little bit higher than Beyonce and Kelly do. So first of all, she has some mega highs. And also Michelle Williams is natural tone is very, very, very distinct and very unique. And so it made for an almost like a secret spice or a secret weapon for the bridges that she was singing. But now Kelly had to take on that role. And the way that she chose to make it climactic is by doing some maneuvering and changing up the melody. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this. Hopefully you copied it down by now. But we're gonna get into a little bit of what Kelly's doing, because I loved hearing Kelly maneuver this. I was just like, sing Kelly, absolutely, go Kelly, wait, go Kelly, go Kelly, go Kelly, go, wait, go Kelly, go. How did that song go? Wait, go Kelly, go. Yeah. Kelly Rowland has a song called Kelly, that I'm actually extremely mad about because it didn't get the justice it deserved. It was a really good song. Am I gonna go there? No, I can't. I'm totally gonna play it. I know. I'm totally off topic. But I just need to play this one section of it because this is what I was referring to, and I need you guys to know, and for the sake of it, and I also want you to go listen to the song. It's a great
Looking
song.
to quickly sell.
And I'm totally gonna play it, and I'm totally off topic, but I don't care right now because everyone needs to know what this song is. Wait.
And it's a free.
Wait.
Kelly got ass, Kelly drip.
Wait.
So blessed, pick us.
Wait.
I'm on the moan, nigga. Go, Kelly, go. Go, Kelly, go.
There we go.
Go, Kelly, go. Go, Kelly.
Okay, the name of the song is called Kelly. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's a great song. Go listen to it. Totally off topic.
Kickboxing
But anyway,
tonight.
but let's get into a little bit of what Kelly's doing here. So first of all, and while this YouTube ad is playing, why don't we just even map that out? 'Cause he's in control, right? So what we usually got from, let's hear, where's Kelly?
Yes, it all.
Listen.
You can do. Can't say no. When Jesus says,
Sing, Michelle.
nobody can say no. When Jesus says,
Here we go.
yes, nobody, 'cause he's in control. There's no
Wait, okay. Now, you already know she didn't come to play because the regular melody is 'cause he's in control. She kind of adds a little wiggle. Control, 'cause he's in control. There's no limit to what you can do. 'Cause okay, I might even just listen to it. The
do
entire
what
thing.
you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you.
Okay, first of all, we get yes. It's funny. I always make fun of that entire song. Yes, it all belongs, right? Because she gives a little bit of a growl there, and also because her voice is again, Beyonce has the broadest voice out of the three, but Kelly's voice actually is much more I believe like she has does she have the smallest? I feel like she has the lightest tone out of the three of them, or rather, in terms of her approach and also in terms of her voice. I think she really does, but it's just she's a little bit more chesty in her approach. So that yes, it all belongs, right? We get that there. And then also, and my thing is the no, you're all mine, right? No, you're all my. Mighty. Absolutely. Let's listen to it. Listen. Listen, I'm trying to figure out because, and I've always said this, and I've said this privately, and I'm gonna continue to say it while I'm not necessarily big, but I feel like of the three of them, Kelly Rowland has the most she's the most her ad-libbing and her choices and her ear is probably the most like unconventional. Like Kelly's choices, and I will always ride, and you OGs, you know this because I talk about this all the time, on Lose My Breath. When we get the wonderful, can you keep up? What? Baby, lose my breath. Listen. I'm like, listen. Who was hearing that? Not me. I wasn't gonna sing that, but Kelly did. So yeah, she's really sensitive to the upper extensions and just she sits on the right notes. So, and also here she actually, right? She's actually syncopating as well. So we got the world should know you're all. So if we were to kind of tap it out, no, the world should know you're almighty. Or if we were gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 'Cause she's in control. There's no limit to what you can do. 'Cause it all belongs. Yes, it all belongs. Know you're all. Know you're all. Right? The world should know you're almighty. Right? So she kind of anticipates it there. Let's listen to it. It's one of my favorite ideas.
You can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. The world should know you're almighty.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it all to you.
And then even just the choice of end it all and let's it breathe. End it all. Right? It's like the call and response. And it all. And it all. And it all. That's not the chord that he uses. Oh, that would be nice. But anyway, and it all. And it all. Right? I love that call and response that she does there. And then we get the there's, right?
And it all to you. There's no limit to
Right? There's no limit. Right? Oh my gosh. Kelly, sing. Oh my gosh. There's there, and then she actually kind of there's no limit, right? So we got there's no limit to what you can do, 'cause oh, yes it all, you're almighty. Like, listen, the choices. Sing Kelly, sing Kelly, sing Kelly, sing Kelly, sing. Anyway,
what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. The world should know you're almighty. All powerful. All belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you.
right, and I love how she resets it, and it all belongs to you. Right, she goes back to the original tonality. I love that. Listen, her ear is absolutely monstrous. I love it. Come on, Kelly. Sing, Kelly. Sing, Kelly. Sing, Kelly. Sing. Now, in terms of Michelle, Michelle is absolutely underrated. I will say this until the day that I die. And I love her music. If you haven't heard Unexpected, if you haven't heard We Break the Dawn by Michelle Williams, hold back the sun. You don't just hold back the sun. Don't let it come. There's the band for no one. The light is done. Wait, I don't know the lyrics. I do this all the time. I start singing songs and I think I know the song and I don't know the lyrics. The night is done when they break the dawn. We break the dawn. We break the dawn. We break the dawn. We break the dawn. Anyway, go break the dawn. Listen, yeah. I need to stop singing songs if I don't really know it. But anyway, We Break the Dawn is the business. Anyway, but There's actually a little idea that she actually gives at the end of her little song, and I'm like, Michelle, and you'll agree with me when you hear it.
Jesus say yes, nobody
Wait,
can say no. You know,
what? Like what? First of all, wait.
say yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus
Wait, come on, Kelly. No. Sing. No. Sing, Kelly.
say yes, nobody can say no.
What? Michelle?
You know,
Like, first of all, you can already hear, and actually, that's some actually really good information. There's some really good. Listen, even till the end of the world, do you still want me to be your girl? Listen. Anyway, sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Unexpected is a great album, but anyway, you know, like first of all, that's an upward run. People don't do upward runs anymore. They're hard. They're extremely hard. And it's high. And she did it like it sounded so effortless. And also, you can actually hear at the top. Well, let me draw it out for you. You know, right? You can actually hear her transition into her head voice, because you can hear the lightness of that tone at the top, right? So you can hear her very smoothly move through her mix. I'm like, Michelle, sing your face off. Sing your face off. You know. Let's listen to it.
nobody can say no. When Jesus say
Okay,
yes, nobody can
One.
say no. You know,
Right?
he's with
Like,
me.
let's slow that down. Let's slow that down, because that's nasty. That's absolutely nasty. Nasty.
Say no.
Right?
You know,
I'm slowing it down even more. This is absolute craziness. I'm like, right? And even to end on that very heady part, I just can't.
say no. When Jesus
Okay, 1, 2,
yes,
3.
nobody
You know. Is he her do it? 1, 2, 3, and
you know.
who? Michelle. That's who. I'm just like, Michelle Williams. Sing your face off. I love it. Listen, all of you need to go and listen to Michelle Williams' Journey to Freedom album. And also, I'm going to tell you something else that you need to do. I actually am going to be running a songwriting circle this summer. Basically what that is it's a time for us to learn how to write. I'm going to be teaching on songwriting, and I need help building the course. So what I'm doing is I'm running a survey. If you're interested in being a part of the songwriting circle, this is just going to be a closed community of people that are going to be learning how to write songs, also writing songs with each other. I'm also going to be providing beats, and we're going to be having a wonderful time. I'm going to be teaching on songwriting. I'm going to be teaching how to write a chorus, how to write a verse, authenticity, all these different things. But I just need a little bit of help seeing what you guys want from me. So click the link that I put in the chat. For all of you other people that may not necessarily be interested in that, but might be interested in taking voice lessons with me, I'm a vocal coach, and so I want to help you to get to to get to your best. So if you head to o'neillgerald.com, you'll not only be able to book a call with me, to consult to see what that would look like, but you will also be able to watch my webinar, the 5 mistakes that keep singers from singing their best and how to overcome them. Because as a vocal coach, I've seen many mistakes, and I want to help you overcome those mistakes before you start plateauing and feeling like you can't get better. So that's a free webinar that's there. Just click on it, you'll be able to watch it. It's actually some great information. Whew, I need to get these headphones off of me. Oh my goodness. Whew, but I had a good time. I had a really good time. And I really do have a good time because Michelle Williams is the business. and her music is the business. If you haven't heard Unexpected, what are you doing with your life? If you haven't heard Journey to Freedom, listen. If we had your eyes, what are you doing with your life? Need Your Help featuring Eric Dawkins? Listen, I'm playing it, and nobody can tell me what to do, because don't tell me what to do if you know Radio Free Roscoe. It's a Canadian show. Anyway, but I'm totally gonna play Need Your Help, because, and listen, just like you, listen, I'm going to tell you that you need to listen to this album because it's fire. It's absolute fire. You need to listen to that song, and then also you need to listen to Just Like You off of the same album that Say Yes is on, because we're doing justice for Michelle Williams on tonight, and I will not have you not listening to this music, because this music is fire. No, that's not what I want.
I really wanna live inside of your heart where love resides.
Anyway, yeah. You need to listen to all of this music. I'm just saying. Listen to the music. Michelle Williams is out here swinging, swinging for her life. I really hope she makes another album. Yeah, I really miss her. She needs to come back. Michelle Williams, if you're watching this, please come back with another album. We enjoy it. Listen, Lord, let your glory fall. Listen, okay, wait, hold on. I'm totally going to find Fall by Michelle Williams, because we're on this tip and we have 2 minutes left, so I don't care. Wait. What came out in 2014?
I think
wow. I'm sorry, you guys aren't ready. Michelle Williams came with her urban pop bag, and you guys weren't ready. So I'm just saying, listen to Journey to Freedom. My goodness. Anyway, for those of you that want to be a part of the after party, head to patreon.com /O'Neil Gerald and to become a patron. Or actually, yeah. Wait, hold on. But yes, go to patreon.com /O'Neil Gerald. Become a patron, and you'll become a part of the family. And shout out to the bass, my friend Josh. You rock. Love ya. But yes, I had a wonderful time tonight. I didn't stop talking. This is one time I just let it flow, which is really good. Thank you, Jesus. So I don't know what you're doing, but what I'm going to be doing is dancing to this theme song again, because we dance to the theme song at the beginning and at the end, because that's what we do on Listen Deeper in these Listen Deeper streets. And so I hope that you have a wonderful week, and remember to listen deeper. Okay? Get your dance emojis out.
Listen deeper.
Yeah.
Listen deep. Listen deeper.
Oh yeah.
Listen deep.
Listen deeper.
Listen deeper. Listen deep. Listen deeper. Listen deeper.
Listen deeper. Yes, we need to listen a little deeper. Oh yeah. 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 Well, wait, huh? Right? I'm trying to remember how I played it. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!